Happy Friday, everybody. My name is Kevin Kenny. Welcome to a brand new edition of the Build series live here in New York City. And our guest today is a very exciting newcomer in the world of music. She goes by the name of Livvia, and her new single, Catch a Body, has already garnered over 3 million streams around the world and is one of the most added songs at Top 40 Radio in America at this very moment. Livvia.
Hey, thank you so much for having me.
Thank you so much for coming by.
This is amazing.
I'm so intrigued to talk to you because it's rare that music, enters my consciousness, my radar, if you will. And it sounds great. It looks great. The video is phenomenal. And I don't know too much about the artist. I'm so intrigued to kind of get to know, the person behind this great music that I've been hearing. So thank you so much for stopping by Build today.
No, really, thank you for having me. This is so cool.
This is very exciting. And a very exciting day. I don't want to get ahead of ourselves, but you've got a world premiere coming up. Literally, if you're watching us live at home right now, like less than an hour, 1 p.m. Eastern time, we've got a Y100 down in Miami premiering the Prince Royce remix to Catch a Body.
The Spanish version, which is super exciting.
That is exciting. I didn't know it was a Spanish version. I mean, of course, he's a Latin artist, but so tell me about that really quick.
Yeah, so it's super, super exciting for me. So he is taking over the entire second verse, and he just made the most amazing part all in Spanish. And then I got to harmonize with him a little bit in Spanish as well, which was really, really fun for me. And it's so great. Miami has just been such an amazing, they've welcomed me so warmly every time I've been there recently to promote Catch a Body, and so we wanted to create a different version specifically sort of for Miami at first and the Latin market.
Absolutely. And Y100, I mean, if you don't know at home, well, that's one of the premier pop radio stations in America. And I'm sure Miami loves the flavor of Catch a Body, and Prince Royce is just going to probably send it out of this world.
I just can't wait to hear what everybody thinks of it. I've been listening to it just on repeat. Now, of course, like every time I've been performing Catch a Body, like the second verse comes up and I just want to sing Prince Royce's part. I just stop myself.
Exactly. Well, that's your day. You can sing it.
Yeah, exactly.
It's very cool. Now, let's actually go back to square one, if you don't mind, because I'd love to kind of get to know where this all started for you. How early on in your life did sort of the music bug bite you?
Very early. I can't really remember a time when I didn't love music. I guess one of the earliest story, it's not a memory because it was too early for me to actually remember it, but my mom will tell the story that I was at a birthday party and there was a piano and people were singing Happy Birthday, and I was like maybe 2 or 3, and I kind of went up to the piano and started figuring out how to play Happy Birthday on the piano.
Just on your own.
Yeah, and so I'm an only child, so I think she was just kind of like, oh, that's what they do, but other parents were like, that's a little bit unusual. So I think that's when she realized that music was something that would be a major part of my life. And then just ever since then, I have always been really interested, particularly in the songwriting side of things, and I would figure out songs that I loved just on the piano, just by ear, sort of just for fun. And that turned into writing my own songs, and which eventually led me to go to LA and start, collaborating with different writers and producers, which has led me to, on the artist path.
So it's wild. Do you remember, was there an artist or whether, it was a singer, a band, whatever, that you saw early on in your life and you're like, that's what I want to do? Was there ever that moment that clicked for you when you saw someone else doing it?
I don't know if it's one moment in particular, but there's obviously music that I loved growing up. Like Coldplay is, still probably my favorite band for sure, and also like Norah Jones or just other music that I grew up on. But I think then when I got to be a little bit older and 12, 13, that sort of age, and music became also more about the personality behind the music. And really having someone to look up to and aspire to, and as a role model, I thought, I really want to do that. I want to be that for people, and so that's what sort of led me, I think, to actually having an artist career.
That's really interesting because, if you listen to Catch a Body, it's a pop banger, as they say, and I wouldn't guess Norah Jones and Coldplay, the first 2 acts out of your mouth. Was that kind of your foundation for music?
Well, I think Coldplay is certainly someone that I always go back to. I think they're amazing because they're able to maintain their artistic integrity and what their core makes them Coldplay, but also sort of continue to evolve with what is popular in pop music. And I did mention Coldplay and Norah Jones because I think I was thinking about music that I really started out with, and what initially sort of brought me to love music. But these days, it's my music taste has become so much more eclectic, I think, with, the advent of Spotify and, Pandora and all of that, where there's just so much music out there to listen to. So my taste is really, really just broadened.
That's really cool. So would you attribute sort of the streaming landscape to how we got from that foundation we just talked about to the pop sound that you have today?
Yeah, I think that pop music has changed a lot since then, since I was young. And obviously it's become a lot more urban. And I think what happened for me is that I found myself listening to a lot of like Migos and, Young Thug and stuff like that when I would be with my friends. And I thought, I want to create music that I can listen to in this context with my friends or at a party or something like that. And there are not a lot of, or not as many female vocals, at least in that mix. So I thought I want to sort of add, my touch to that.
Yeah, you certainly have. I love that you name drop both Young Thug and Migos. Of course,
Yeah.
Quavo hopped on Catch a Body. Let's start at square one of, we got your story. There he is, right there. Hey, Quavo. Hey. But I want to start at square one of this song story and how this really just from where did the song come from, who produced it? Like, take us back to step one.
Yes, okay, so step one, let's see. I was working with the producers Rock Mafia out of LA. They're just amazing. They've worked on just a lot of really amazing projects like Selena Gomez, Zedd, Eminem, a whole lot of amazing things. And we started writing this song, Catch a Body, in I think my favorite way right now, at least, to write music, which is where we start with some sort of instrumental, even if it's rough, and we all sort of take turns actually going into the vocal booth and just recording improv takes and then splicing it together. So it's a very modern way to actually write a song, but I love it. I think you really get a cool product out of it, different than what you would get if you were just like writing the song organically with a guitar or piano. Yeah. In one take. And so the phrase catch a body came up in one of those improv takes, and I love puns, like I love a play on words, so of course I go immediately to, oh, you look so good, it's killing me, let's do something about that, and then that's where all those punny lyrics came up, and it was just really fun. So the feature aspect of that, we left room to either write a bridge for me or to have a feature. And we thought, ideally it would be Quavo. That was just sort of, we were just dreaming at that point. But they happened to send it, Rock Mafia, the producers, send it to somebody who was working with Quavo. And he heard it and loved it and recorded something and just sent it back. It was just one of the most amazing, 6 degrees of separation type things.
Do you remember where you were when you found out that Quavo sent vocals back?
Yeah. Where was I when I found out that he sent them? Gosh, I don't know. I think I was at home because it was a phone call. Yeah, I was definitely at home when I found out. But hearing it was amazing. I came into the studio and it was like, Christmas morning. Like, what did Quavo do to my song? Oh my gosh. And we all you can't not dance to it.
Oh my gosh, yeah, it's infectious.
The best part too is that every part of his verse, he has so many sections to it. So you'd hear the first one, you'd be like, oh my goodness, this is amazing. And then he goes into that more melodic part, and we were all just like, no, oh no, I can't believe he did that.
Yeah, he gave you like a lot. When I saw Quavo was on the song, I was like, oh, maybe he's gonna just be at the top, maybe it'll just be a couple bars. He gives you the melody like you just said, but then he gives you a full verse. It's wild. I wanted to get back to how that's fascinating to me, that how you record music or how you develop songs. So are you saying that you kind of listen to the instrumental, you listen to the beat, and do you kind of go in the booth and just kind of ad-lib?
That's exactly it, yeah. And ideally, I like to get in as early as possible so that I'm not, coming up with things in my head and then forgetting them. I just go straight in and then like first thing that come to mind sometimes are the best.
Yeah. That's so fascinating because for a pop singer, and I hope you don't mind me saying that, obviously this is an urban song, but for a pop singer, that's a very hip hop approach to songwriting.
Yeah.
Just listening, you're essentially freestyling there.
Exactly.
Seeing what sticks. That's really fascinating.
It's so much fun. And I think, we've done it on songs like this, which lean more urban, but I've done it on ballads,
Yeah.
And I think it's just a cool way to sort of not take yourself too seriously when you're writing or worrying about it being too perfect, lyrically and melodically.
Right. Where'd you get that from?
Let's see. It's something that I've sort of dabbled in the past, but Rock Mafia, we've done it a lot more.
They're big proponents of it?
It's really interesting. I love the way they work because not only do they have that really free, beginning stages of the song, but they're perfectionists. So once you've done that and it starts out really free and loose and everyone's just kind of going in and throwing ideas around and you're splicing things together and just trying things out, but once everything's solidified, they're complete perfectionists. I mean, it's great, which is exactly how I am as well.
I was going to say, it's almost like not like it's like dating, but there's a chemistry involved when you're trying to find the right production duo or right producer in general when you're making music. It's not going to work with everybody.
Yeah, absolutely.
It was great. It works with them. The video is just stunning.
Thank you.
We got to check it out just before here in the studio. But talk to me about how that came about, because it's really like a mini movie.
Yes, well, that was the goal. I'm so happy you like it. The video is my favorite thing that I have ever done creatively, because I love the visual side of music. I think I mentioned a little bit, my motivation behind, starting a music career was not just, you know, the music. It was also about being a personality and having that sort of impact on pop culture, but also the visual side of things. So a lot of times when I write a song, I will visualize what I would love the music video to be. And this one just came to me instantly. And so every time I would hear the song when we were working on it or when it was done, I would just picture the scene from like a James Bond movie or John Wick, that style. But you know, it's super ambitious. I didn't think that we'd really be able to pull it off. There it is. And so I was even hesitant to share the idea. But luckily, we collaborated with a really amazing director, Jay Martin, and really brought it to life. So it has that sort of Terminator style beginning, and then with all the neon, we looked stylistically at John Wick for that. And I really wanted to do a fight sequence as well, so I learned all that fight choreography, and that was so much fun.
I mean, those are convincing punches. We were watching it before, and it's like you're really laying it in.
He really kicks me.
Does he really?
Yeah,
okay.
He actually kicks me when he kicks me and I fall backwards.
Oh
I got really bruised.
I love your love of sort of the visual representation of music. Did you grow up sort of loving music videos yourself?
Absolutely. I think not only did I love music videos that were already created, but I loved making my own music videos in my head for songs that I loved, you know? And I can still actually, like, pretty much frame by frame, like, see some of the videos that I created for you know, like, some of my old favorite songs.
Totally. Do you have, like, a favorite music video growing up or some that come to mind? You're like, oh, God, they're so epic. I kind of wanted to...
I'm thinking of growing up. Well, there's that Coldplay video where he does everything in reverse, which I love. Also, just the simplicity of the Yellow video where he's walking on the beach. They always have really great videos. Or the recent one. I know I'm just going off on Coldplay, but okay, it's what I do. Sorry, but
we need to get this. Needs to say Chris Martin.
Yeah, I know. Oh gosh, I know. I can't even imagine that. But he has the recent one for Up and Up, which he has like, you know, a whale in the sky or like an eagle in the water, like underwater. It's just a really cool juxtaposition of things. Yeah, but I'm trying to think of favorite videos of all time. Yeah. It's hard. I mean,
you like the epic ones.
I do.
Like. Yeah.
Just like something that's out of the box.
Yeah.
And you were just saying even before, you know, like we started, they don't really make videos like that so much anymore. And I think that's why I wanted to do something like that.
It's refreshing. Yeah, it's something different for sure. Now, I heard you tell a radio station recently that Catch a Body was not the original song you were going to launch with. There was another song, but then this, of course, came along. It was just so undeniable, I imagine, in the studio. You had to go with Catch a Body. What was the other song, though?
So the other song is still going to come out.
Okay.
So I can't speak too much to it because it's also really exciting, and there's also a really exciting collaboration in that song as well.
Can you tease it a little bit?
I can. Let's see, how far can I go? It's a little bit more aggressive than Catch a Body. I think they both have an empowering feeling to them. Catch a Body is more like going after what you want, specifically girls having the confidence to go after what they want, whereas, I almost said the title. Caught myself. This other song is more directly just your straight up anthem, which I love. And I think it's really interesting too because a lot of times when I've played it just here and there for friends, the guys tend to really, really like it, which is not something that, I mean the girls too, but the guys really, really have just gravitated towards that one, which is not something I would have thought because it's such a girl power song to me.
Yeah.
But it's fun.
So it's interesting. You say more aggressive. Mining for more information. I know you can't say too much.
No, more aggressive.
But if Catch a Body is sort of like the Friday night jam, you're going to throw that on when you're getting ready to go out. When would you play the new song?
Okay, the new song would go, I made 2 playlists for Valentine's Day. One of which was when you start to catch feels and want to hold on to them.
This is on Spotify, by the way.
Yeah.
If you want to check these out at home, this is actually great. You're so specific with like the titles of these playlists. It's really funny.
I really care about my playlists. Like I make them all the time. I had one that was called When You Accidentally Text the Wrong Person.
Yeah. Very specific, but it's very relatable.
Yeah, it happened to me. That is why I made this playlist. That's another story. So yeah, 2 playlists for Valentine's Day. When you start to catch feels and want to hold on to them, which is like nice like love songs. And when you start to catch feels and want to toss them back. So this other song would be like 100% top of the list on that When You Start to Catch feels and want to toss them back playlist.
Really? All right. You don't want to give into the feels on this new one.
No. This is very like independent.
Well, we talked so much about the music. I mean, it's kind of amazing to me that you're also simultaneously a student right now at the University of California. Is that right?
Yes, in Berkeley.
So are you like in like how are you here right now? You have class today? Like
Okay, so I don't have class today. I did have class this week and I was in New York, but my friends were keeping me updated and luckily I can watch a lot of my lectures online. So I was doing that this morning.
That is really cool.
I was catching up.
So how do you balance that though? I mean, school is hard enough.
It's true. Well, you know, a lot of my friends are like on sports teams, like D1 sports, or they are in mock trial and they're traveling for that, or they have internships. There's just, I mean, people are trying to tackle a lot. So I think of it as just like one of those extracurricular activities kind of, but this one's harder, I think, in the sense that it's supposed to be a full-time job,
Yeah.
you know?
This is quite the extracurricular activity.
Yeah, I know. Well, I'm graduating in May, and then I have a class over the summer, and then I am done, which is really exciting. I think it's helpful because I really do truly love economics, which is my major, and it's not something like I feel I'm straining to accomplish both because I really do love both of the paths that I'm on. And I just feel really lucky that I've been able to come this far with music and with school in tandem. So I think that's just, I don't really sleep a lot, but that's okay.
Sleep later, right?
Yeah.
Do you ever find that what you've learned in economics or your love for economics translates to anything you go through in the music industry?
Definitely. I wrote a paper once a few years ago on the economics of Spotify. We were just talking about Spotify. So I've tried to blend the two a little. And I mentioned that I love the art, not just the visual side. Not just the musical side of the music industry. I'm really involved in the business side as well. So it's really helpful. And econ is just such a great base, I think, for understanding the world in general and any business, really.
If you weren't this rising star in the world of music, what do you think you would have done with your degree? Or what might you still do with your degree?
Right. Let's see. Okay, I don't really know if this is it speaks to my degree, but I always kind of joke, but I'm kind of serious that I would want to be a matchmaker.
A matchmaker.
A matchmaker, or like a positivity coach, a motivational speaker.
Okay.
I don't know what that has to do with econ at all.
What do you like about being a matchmaker?
I don't know. It's just
is that
so
still a job?
Fun. I don't know if that's really a job, but I like to matchmake my friends.
Okay.
A lot.
All right. So you're like the real life Tinder.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Your friends don't even need the apps; they have you.
Right. You just call me. Yeah.
So what's the key to matching somebody?
I don't know. I just think I'm a good wing woman. Like I'm good at I really like setting people up first of all, but then I really also enjoy like talking them up to each other. I love the whole thing.
Right on.
It's getting so embarrassing.
No, this is
I
good
love
stuff. So are there any successful relationships that you can take credit for?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah.
Any unlikely ones? You have any good stories about that?
I don't know if they would be happy about me sharing their stories, so
Let's
I
give
probably
full
won't.
names.
No, yes, full names, birth dates, cities. No, but there are some success stories, and I'm very proud of them. And I talk about it all the time with them. I'm like, that was me.
That's really cool. Have you always sort of been like the leader of the pack? Because it sounds like you do enjoy being in that position. You like whether it's motivational speaking or whether it's sort of being a great example, a role model for your fans, or even matchmaking. It sounds like now that budding career. There's so many things going on with you, but have you always kind of been that person in the group, would you say?
Well, when I was little, I was always the one who would spearhead the games, like imagination games or play pretend, or I don't really know. We called it imagination games.
Okay.
I guess it's sort of like creating a music video, that sort of thing. So I think I was. And then these days, I just really like to have fun. I think I have such little free time that I tend to like to be at home when I have time off from music or school. So it's really great that my friends will, concede to just coming over to my house. But it's awesome because then we can all be together. So I think just because of that, I have sort of taken on that role of like the curator of, our activities.
Definitely. I've alluded to your friends a couple times during our chat. We have a name for them now.
Yes, we do.
And this is a great day to do it because isn't today the day the Avengers comes out?
Is it?
Do we have any Marvel fans? Yes, I got a yes back there.
Oh, that's awesome.
I'm a terrible Marvel fan, but I have heard that that's going to be like the biggest movie ever. And your name is kind of like the Avengers. It's the Livvengers.
Livvengers.
I love that.
Yeah.
There are official social media accounts. Everyone can go if you're a Livenger.
Yes.
Keep up to date with whatever's going on with you. You can go on there. So how did you settle on that name?
So actually, it's really funny that you bring this up. I just thought of it yesterday, and I'm trying to think of why exactly it came up. I've been thinking about it for a while because I think group names are so cool. Like I still think Beliebers is like the best one.
Is that your favorite fan army name?
Yeah, it's so cute. Beliebers for Believers, it's adorable.
I like Cheerios for Ed.
Oh, I never heard of that one.
Yeah,
That's
you
great.
have the Arianators, the
Yeah, that's
Selenators. Yeah.
Jonatics. I'm a huge Jonatic.
Okay.
Jonatic.
Oh,
Jonas
Jonatics.
Brothers.
The Jonas Brothers.
Yes.
I didn't know about that.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
The Jonatics.
Yep.
All right. We've
That's
had
us.
Nick Jonas here. I should have mentioned
awesome.
that.
Yeah, he's great. But Livvengers, I think because I'm wearing my Wonder Woman ring. I know she's not an Avenger. I know, but I'm
Wonder Woman?
Yeah, this is. You see. So Oh yeah, the Wonder Woman ring. So I think I was just thinking maybe about this ring, or I was thinking about what to name the fan account, and I just saw that there was like a new fan account created, and I was thinking, what is my fan name gonna be? Like Team Livvia, something like that, I don't know. And then Livengers just popped into my head, and I got so excited because I love the whole superhero thing. And I think that's a big part of my identity is that sort of empowerment. My identity as a person, my identity as a musician, and I just love that Livengers speaks to that. And I think also in my visuals, like this to me is it's Secret Agent, but it's also a little bit superhero.
Yeah, I think it's empowering.
Yes.
You know? Like, I'm a Livenger.
Exactly.
Yeah, I feel empowered.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Are you a Livenger?
I am a Livenger.
Oh, thank
there,
you.
Right, live on Build. I've admitted it, guys. But that's really cool. So what are the handles, though? Because for fans watching right now who want to get involved, how can they do so on the social media accounts for the Livengers?
Yeah, so for Livengers, it's just Livengers, Livengers, and then mine is Livvia, just Livvia, very easy.
Very cool.
Send me a message. I love to hear from you.
Yeah, you're great with your fans. You're very engaged with your fan base.
Yeah, well, they're very engaged with me, so I love it.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Do you have anything else coming up in 2018? I'm going to turn it over to the audience quickly, but
exciting.
What's going on after graduation? Can you even think that far? I know you got the summer class you mentioned.
Yeah, I have to think about finals first.
Oh my God.
But
how many finals do you have?
I only have 3.
Okay. This is so funny.
yeah,
We're
I can finish the
simultaneously
paper, so.
talking about this like rising
Yeah.
hit single, and then how many finals you have.
Yeah,
So you
I'm
have 3.
nervous.
All right, that's not
yeah,
bad.
I finished the paper, which is really good.
All
But so after that, I know it's hard, and my whole entire brain just shifted to shift back. So after that, I have a lot of radio shows this summer.
Nice.
So some in Miami, as we just spoke about. I have one in Chattanooga coming up, which is the running of the Chihuahuas.
Oh.
Which I'm so excited
Wait, that's
about.
the name of the show?
The running of the Chihuahuas.
Is
it's
a
something
concert
that happens,
called that?
It happens on Cinco de Mayo.
Okay.
And it's like a Chihuahua
that sounds like
race.
a party.
I'm so excited.
Yeah, that's gonna be a good time.
Yeah. So that's the first one.
Okay, very cool.
But that's the day before like my first final, so that's not so good.
Yeah,
but it'll
don't
be
go
fine.
too hard at the running of the
Right.
Chihuahuas.
Don't run too
Test them.
fast.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. All right, let's turn it over to the audience now. We got some questions.
Hi.
Hi.
You're studying economics right now, but have you taken or ever studied songwriting or music before or during college, or did it come naturally to you?
Well, thank you. I love that question. I think a lot of people are surprised that I went with econ as my major, but I sort of found that because I was getting so much practical experience in the industry, working with different writers and producers already, that I wanted to study something else entirely just to sort of round out my education. So I never actually studied songwriting in school. I did take piano lessons a long time ago, but I was a bad student, I think, because I just sort of wanted to play, make things up. But yeah, that's about it.
Wow, it's pretty impressive.
Yeah, it's just,
Yeah, just natural.
I want to learn how to read music, though. That's something I really do want to figure out how
That's
to
tough.
sit down and learn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like sheet music?
Yes.
Yeah, that's a challenge.
Then you can play anything.
We have time for one final question. It'll come from all the way in the back.
Hi, thank you for being here. I was wondering, what was it like going on tour with Meghan Trainor and Lindsey Sterling?
Oh my gosh, well I love that question too. Memories. It was amazing. I think it's a whole nother learning experience. They are such incredible artists, and Jessie J, Jonas Brothers, Big Time Rush, other artists that I've had the pleasure of touring with. Just to watch them every night and see how they change their show up for different audiences and how they improvise was just really, really inspiring, and I think has helped me with all my live shows and will moving forward.
Is there a tour mate in the past that has taught you the most, would you say? Or
No.
that you personally took the most away from?
Well, they all taught me different things, I think. But I do feel that, maybe touring with Jessie J in the UK was almost the most overwhelming, I think, because she just really, just to speak to that improvisation, she really changed it every night really drastically. I could, vocally and what she would say to the crowd, and I think that was just really, really mind-blowing to me.
Right. That's awesome.
They're all great. It's hard to pick.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I want to we're about T-minus 30 minutes away from the world premiere of the Prince Royce can you call it a remix?
Yeah, you can call
All
it a
right, cool.
remix.
The remix to
Yeah.
Catch a Body. And then Quavo's still on the Prince Royce
He is.
version. That's a star-studded track.
Yeah, I'm
That's very
so
exciting.
excited.
And that's going down at Y100 in Miami. Again, Catch a Body's available everywhere now. Best of luck on finals, I should say. Most
Thank
importantly,
you so much. I know.
pass the finals.
Get through that first.
And then hopefully we can hear from you later this year about whatever's coming up next and that new single.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Livvia.